He is an artist and visual arts teacher driven by purpose, passion, and a deep compassion for animals. He is Mr. Jeric Sadullo, better known on social media as Bot Amo or simply Bot, the man behind the Facebook page called Mga Aso ni Bot Amo. His page is full of funny memes about dogs and sometimes cats. He doesn't have a formal shelter, but he has fed, rescued, rehabilitated, and rehomed countless animals over the years. Despite that, he refuses to be called an animal rescuer. He helps animals without fanfare because it's the right thing to do. I'm Rochelle Rubio, and this is The Advocates, Empowering Voices. He was one of the participants in the Animal Lovers Heroes Walk held last August 24 in Intramuros, Manila, where he was seen pushing a stroller with his pet dog. Jeric Sadullo, known to many on social media as Bot Amo or simply Bot, is an artist and teacher whose life is deeply anchored on purpose, passion, and above all, a quiet but steadfast compassion for animals. Far more than a creative, Bot is the heart and soul behind the Facebook page Mga Aso ni Bot Amo, a space where he shares the everyday joy, love, and light that comes from living with companion animals, especially dogs and cats. It's not about rescue for recognition, it's about showing the world what kindness looks like in action. Bot doesn't call himself a rescuer, and he doesn't need to. The help he gives, whether it's feeding strays, providing a loving home to his rescues, covering vet bills, or simply giving abandoned animals the dignity of being seen and loved, comes from a place of conviction. For him, it's not charity, it's simply the right thing to do.
I wasn't conscious about undoing rescuing back then, no, but at a very young age, I feel like the right thing to do, so I do it. Without fanfare, without funding. I sleep with kittens, with cats. So, napagalitan pa ako nung araw because I was very young. Wala sa thinking ko na I'm rescuing. I'm just doing it because I feel like it's the right thing to do back then. And even now, and that's what I've been telling my friends and those following the page, is that you don't need to be, bida mo, okay lang kung bida mo, pero that's the right thing to do. That's the very basic. The very basic of things is that kapag may gutom, papakainin mo, tao, hayop, di ba? Kung meron ka kapasidad na mag-abot, I think that makes us very human, sharing food. That makes us apart from wild animals. We share food to strangers. We share food to other beings. If we can do that, that's, I think, a basic decency to do. Very basic decent thing to do.
His compassion for animals, especially dogs and cats, began in childhood and deepened over time. What started as a simple instinct to care has become second nature. Feeding hungry stray animals on the street is now just a part of his everyday life.
Yeah, but not in a very conscious manner. Diba? May nahanap ako, may nakita ko sa daanan ko, and I have tinapay, I will give tinapay. Whenever I go out back then, during the pandemic especially, whenever I go out, I would have to parang carry a pack of food and on treats with me. Kasi I'm not really sure kung may madadaanan tayong gutom or meron tayong madadaanan lang pwedeng magbibigay dito. So I'm always ready. It's no different from people who have cars sa kanila, while nagmamaneho, meron silang pamigay ng biskuit, may pamigay silang bigas, may pamigay silang...
What kind of experience left such a deep mark on Bot that it ignited his love for dogs and cats so early in life?
Since I've been doing this at very young age, I saw back then when I was just about 5 years old that my favorite Blackie was butchered, much like a cattle. Para siyang livestock nung araw. So, I was lured away. Naalala ko yun, November 1. So, I was, natusan ako, punta ka ng sementeryo. November 1 ngayon. Yung pala, they have plans of butchering my dog. So, his name was Blackie. And when I come back, ano na siya, pieces of meat. And I cried. I cried so hard back then because why would you do that? No, why would you do that? But back then kasi, ano pa eh, dog meat is practically much like, is practically legal. So, hindi ko nakakalimutan yun. It wasn't a rescue, but it's something that na-test yung love ko for animals. Kasi despite this scenario na pwedeng katayin yan o pwedeng kainin yan, I remain na mahal ko sila, hindi ko sila katayin, hindi ko sila kakainin. And yun yung pinakasimula. I was 5 years old, back then, 5, 6 years old back then. Yun yung pinakasimula na sabi ko, hindi ko gagawin sa aso yan, hindi ko yung gagawin sa pusa yan, hindi ko sila sasaktan. So it's not about me rescuing, but that experience actually solidified at a very young age yung consideration ko at concern ko sa animals. And dahil dun sa promise na hindi ko sila sasaktan, na-develop yung pagmamahal ko sa kanila. Regardless kung sila ay binibenta, regardless kung sila ay street dogs, strays, regardless kung maayos silang naaalagaan. Regardless of that scenario, them being a dog, them being a cat is, for me, more than enough to care for them. Livestock siya, pulutan siya. I was too young to protect them. I was too young to even understand the things that's happening. I can only cry. But that moment, doon ko na-test yung sarili na alam ko mahal ko sila, alam ko di ko sila sasaktan. Alam ko kung may magagawa ako, gagawin ko rin para sa kanila. Pero never in that sense. Never ko sila sasaktan, never ko sila kakainin. Parang ganon. Yung mangingisda na lang ako, kuha na lang ako ng gulay, but I will never taste or even try taste yung dog meat and harm them. So yun yung simula.
Apart from being an animal lover, painting is what Bot does best. And he's not just painting for a living, he's painting for a cause. A graduate of the Philippine High School for the Arts, where he majored in visual arts and later went to UP Diliman's College of Fine Arts major in painting, Bot Amo has always walked the path of creativity. He's been teaching visual arts for the past 2 decades. But what truly sets him apart is how he uses his art, not just to express himself, but also to help animals in need. Whether it's raising funds for veterinary care and food for his rescues, or using storytelling to spark compassion and awareness, Bot pours his time, talent, and resources into giving stray dogs and even cats a better fighting chance at life. His art is more than a profession. It's a mission. Through heartfelt portraits of his own dogs, as well as commissioned pieces that support his advocacy, every brushstroke becomes an act of service and love for the voiceless companion animals. Each painting he creates helps sustain the medical care and welfare of the animals he supports. A powerful blend of passion and purpose, painted with love. He shares his paintings and the everyday adventures of his pets on his page, Mga Aso ni Bot Amo, a space he created to celebrate and spread the joy that animals bring into our lives.
2017, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But earlier on, nag-share na tayo sa Facebook kasi ang dami ko ng aso eh. Sabi ko, nakakalungkot, parang ako lang masaya. Parang nakakalungkot isipin na ako lang ang masaya. Ibig sabihin. So I started sharing yung mga kulitan ng mga laro ng aso, mga basic buhay ng may aso. Yung mga ganun.
Bot Amo doesn't run a shelter. Instead, he opens up his own home to provide care and meet the basic needs of his companion animals. Over the years, many of them have been successfully rehomed.
Yes, it wasn't something that I have to pay for. Surprisingly, no? Kasi hindi ko naman in-expect na talagang people would follow. Surprisingly, may mga nagpa-follow at yung mga kakulitan ng konsiderasyon at concern sa aso started growing from there. Some would say, uy, dahil sa'yo, inuwi ko tong asong ito. Dahil sa'yo, I started this kind of shelter. No? Even if I've been telling them, I'm not a shelter. Hindi ako shelter. So, mayroong ganun siyang sort of effect that he claimed. No? I would safely say I would not claim it to be, but people would approach me na, uy, dahil sa'yo, itong isang stray, inuwi ko na. Parang ganun. Because they get tips from the page also on how I do it. But when I do it kasi, um, sinasabi ko nga madalas, sana normal na to eh. Hindi na kailangan maging news, hindi na kailangan maging something for clout. Yung pagpapakain ng strays, it's very much the same na nagpapakain ka ng gutom na tao. Nagbibigay ko, nagsishare ka ng pagkain mo sa isang kaibigan na wala siyang baon. It's a very decent thing.
Bot hopes that one day, kindness toward animals will become a norm, a world where even if some people can't feed or rescue strays, at the very least, they choose not to harm them.
Dapat hindi na siya news, hindi na siya bago. Kasi that's my aim. That's what I'm hoping for. Yung decency ng lahat. Yung maging decente ka. You don't need to love them. You don't. Kasi given is the fact na minority lang ang mga dog lovers. Mas konti pa yung dog owners. Mas kaunti pa yung responsible dog owners. So, ano siya yung even if protected siya ng batas, preference pa rin ang pagkakaroon ng aso. Preference pa rin ang pagkakaroon ng pusa. So how do we get by with this kind of realities, di ba? We don't really influence them into loving what we do. We just wanted them to respect it. So kung decente yung tao, I think it's very much easy for them to understand yung ginagawa natin. They don't need to love it. They don't. Kasi yun ang problema eh. We are just too fired up na dapat kayo itong gawin nyo rin. Magpapakain ako ng pusa, magpapakain ako ng aso. Dapat ito rin ang gawin nyo. You don't have to. Pero meron at meron gagawa yan. Kaya huwag mong saktan. Yun na lang. Kung decente ka, huwag mong sasaktan. Kung mong sisipain, huwag mong bubuhusan ng mainit na tubig, huwag. Di ba? Hayaan mo lang. I think that's what I wanted to share with everyone. Na hindi naman kailangan pang maging dog lover, cat lover, animal lover. Just be decent enough.
The challenges of rescuing stray and abandoned animals and how Bot manages to maintain a positive tone on his Facebook page, Mga Aso ni Bot Amo. A striking contrast to the often heavy, emotional posts typical of many animal rescue and advocacy pages.
The rescue kasi is repetitive eh. And what's difficult with rescuing is that you deal with a lot of hate, a lot of anger. Kasi maghahanap ka ng sisisihin eh. And I've been telling the rescuers nowadays na you don't dwell on the hate. Alam mo nandiyan sila, may nagpabaya. Alam mo silang may nagpabaya, may abuso, may nagpabaya at the very least. Kung yun ang motivasyon mo every time that you will rescue, mauubos ka. Kung palagi kang galit, mauubos ka. Kung palagi kang naaawa at nalulungkot, mauubos ka. That's why the page has always been trying to share yung mga funny antics ng dogs. Kasi I would want them to understand na yung aso, meron siyang sayang dala no matter what. Whatever reasons that you have, why you have a dog, at a certain point in time, mapapasaya ka nila. Yun yung sinasabi ko sa kanila. That's a very basic of things. No? Kasi even then, matagal ng panahon na din, since we started domesticating dogs, we designed them to suit our needs. No? To suit our needs. And some, because of evolution, and maraming nangyari na, nare-redefine yung mga needs na yun. Dati, hunting dogs, property guarding, ngayon, emotional support na, mga ganon. Marami ng mga ganong klaseng functionalities. Pero pag di natin nakita kasi yung usage na yon, nandun yung pagpapabaya ang other reasons. Kasi it doesn't serve us anything. Parang ganon. So parang ano na siya, basura. Yun yung madalas kong sabihin sa kanila na at a certain point, may kasiyahan ng pagkaroon ng aso. You just have to find it, you just have to look for it, you just have to appreciate it, and to appreciate it, and to see it, you just give it a little time. I'm trying to lure them into giving such time dahil doon nagkakaroon ng interaction, doon nagkakaroon ng understanding. And I don't want to be forcing it onto them. I just wanted them to see for themselves kasi nag-iiba-iba tayo ng paraan. Nag-iiba-iba rin tayo ng kasiyahan. But giving them time would is the first step, I think, to trying to understand them.
It is hard to tell the exact number of dogs and cats that Bot has rescued over the years, but it reached to over 60 rescues at one point during the pandemic.
I can tell you, I can share with you na during the pandemic times, umabot hanggang 60 plus. That's for a single moment. Na yun, pwede ko masabi sa inyo kasi those were the days that di ko makakalimutan dahil problemado ako sa dog food. Walang resources eh. Wala tayong trabaho, wala tayong oportunidad dahil sa pandemic. So, I have to scrounge, I have to find a way to feed them.
Before rehoming his rescues, Bot Amo makes it a priority to rehabilitate them first.
I could not rehome a dog. Pag na-rescue kasi, hindi ko naman pwedeng i-rehome agad. Kailangan ko siyang i-rehabilitate. Kailangan kong i-correct yung mga issues niya physically at gawin siyang maayos ulit. Pero siya bigay sa ibang pamilya. That's an assurance na ito ay minahal, ito ay binigyan ng panahon, ito yung binigyan ng pag-aaruga. You just have to continue on. Parang ganon. I cannot be rescuing and then give it to them na wala tayong condition. Kasi pwede na ayawan yun eh. Wala silang obligasyon kasi wala naman silang masisimulan. May pagpapatuloy. So parang sila pa nagsisimula. Parang ang papel ko lang doon ay epal. Parang, ikaw mag-alaga nito. And that's what I don't like eh, yung pagde-delegate ng konsensya. And that's what's happening on social media nowadays. May nakita akong aso ngayon, kawawa, ito yung picture, nakita ko, baka may gustong i-rescue sila. Ikaw na yon, ikaw na yun nandun. Diba? Do something. Bigyan mo lang siya ng basic pagkain. May ginawa ka na. Now you can ask for help. Baka naman may gusto pang tumuloy sa ginawa ko. Pinakain ko na, bahala na kayo. Ano naman ang kaya niyong gawin? Parang ganon. Pero kung pipicturean mo lang yung makikita mong strays and then pagkalat mo sa social media, parang dinedelegate mo lang yung konsensya. Nung naawa ka rin ba? Parang ganon, maawa tayong lahat.
Despite having fed, rescued, rehabilitated, and rehomed so many dogs and cats for decades, Bot chose not to build a formal shelter, but a home he fondly calls kaasuhan, where his rescues could freely move around.
That's the reason why I don't consider myself a shelter, and I'm trying to clarify it to everyone. I am not a shelter. Because yung pagre-rescue, yung pag-aalaga ng mga stray, mas gusto kong pado ko, hindi forsado. Hindi dahil may nag-demand na ibang tao na ito yung palagaan mo kasi ito. I don't want. You know, gusto ko gawin mo rin. Hahanga ako kung gagawin mo rin. Pero ito yung ginagawa ko na. Gusto ko lang pakita sa inyo kasi baka naman pare-pares tayo ng experience o baka naman may bibigyan kang bagong input, baka naman meron kang dito, magkaroon tayo ng way na makasource ng fund para naman magkaroon pa ulit for rescuing. Mga ganon. Pero yun po yung sistema ko. I'm renting a house, ang tawag doon bahay kaasuhan. Ang gusto ko kasi sa house setting sila. Yung house setting kasi ng hindi rescue na naka-cage. I'm nothing against shelters, just to clarify, but I have some sort of point of view regarding shelters dito sa Pilipinas. I salute them. Inahangaan ko yung tigas nila, pero yun ang mga bagay na di ko kayang gawin. Kaya ang sistema ko, home setting. Sa home setting, malaya sila sa bahay, kumakain sila, nakasimula sila, unless may kailangan gamutin, i-isolate, mga ganon. Meron silang tagabantay na hindi sila pandidirihan, mga ganon. So parang ganon yung sistema na ginagawa ko noon pa.
In a country where an estimated 13 million stray dogs and cats struggle to survive on the streets each day, opening one's door and taking responsibility for even one may not change the world, but it changes the world for that animal, regardless of its breed.
Sa akin kasi, binibigay ko lang yung espasyo that would make them more comfortable no matter how they being treated as family, being treated as a friend, being treated as anak. It's how do I say, it's relative. But the very basic of which, kapag kinuha mo sila, obligasyon mo na yung mga bagay na basic. Tirahan, pagkain, seguridad. No? So, yung mga bagay na yun, dapat maibigay ko sa kanila dahil inako ko sila. Kailangan nila ng seguridad, kailangan nila ng bahay, kailangan nila ng laro, kailangan nila ng pagkain, mga ganun bagay. Kailangan ko magbigay. Regardless, kung makita ko o tingnan sila bilang pamilya, bilang anak, it's more of obligation na we're taking.
Asked if he partners with local government units or government agencies, Bott shared this insight.
I think you are very much familiar with how LGUs varies when it comes to implementation ng Animal Welfare Act. And even implementation ng Kalmar City Town. So may iba-ibang disenyo yan. I salute Cebu because that's my dream. Yung community pets na system. So, ang problema kasi with LGU promoting or looking at strays as a nuisance na kailangan i-cage, kailangan i-gas out, mawala sa society, it also reflects the majority of people's idea of how a city should be cleaned out. So, si strays ay isa sa mga pesteng kailangan alisin. So, marami pa tayong ganun mga LGUs that look at them differently. At not only because I cannot blame them to a point dahil I don't know even if they put budget onto the veterinary office of the local government. No, kung anong klaseng budget wise ang binibigay to that point. Hindi natin alam. Tapos hindi natin masisirin to that point kung paano natatuhin yung mga strays. However, kung napapakalat natin ang libreng tuli, baka naman pwedeng libreng vaccination ng mga asong stray. Kasi, di ba, ilagay ang implementation sa local government to the barangay level. Problema sa barangay level, di ba? Okay, may mga tanod tayo, but minsan hindi klaro yung mandato eh. Yung ganun talaga, hindi naman natin dito pa lang nga sa lungsod, dito sa Metro Manila, iba-iba na yung appreciation ng Animal Welfare Act. Iba-iba na yung pagpapatupad ng regarding the topic of animal welfare. Much more sa provinces, di ba? Kaya nakakatuwa yung Cebu ako. Natuwa ako sa implementation ng Cebu, ng community pets na catch and release. That's what I wanted eh. Kasi yung aso naman, they don't need really a house that they can be. Kung ang komunidad ay mabait sa kanya o hindi siya sinasaktan, diba? Parang magiging ano na rin at home, hindi na siya magiging aggressive. One second is that kung meron naman siyang vaccination na binigay, na it will not take a lot of time and effort for the city veterinary office to do so. Kung nandun ang willingness, hindi na rin sila kakatakutan. Diba? Sasabihin nila madumi, nagkakalat ng dumi. Hindi naman mga aso ang nagki-create ng toneladang basura everyday. Hindi naman aso ang sumisira sa mga ilog. Hindi naman aso ang sumisira sa mga hangin. 'Di ba? So ang ni-excrete nila, yung waste nila is biodegradable and all. Mabantot, yes, o sige. Pero yung kalat, pulutin mo na lang. 'Di ba? Parang okay, pauna sa lupa, tutunaw din yan. Not unlike us na throwing away plastics, not unlike us throwing away toxic gases. So yung mga ganon, napaka-unfair, di ba? Kasi we live in a world, we shared world, but we're not giving them enough livable space as well. Parang puro tayo pakambing, no? Tayong magkakalbo ng bundok para maging subdivision, tayong mga ganon, hindi balance eh.
When asked about the biggest animal welfare issue facing the nation, Bot Amo shared a thoughtful response. He believes that animal welfare is deeply interconnected with broader social problems, and that meaningful change begins with a sense of decency, not just in how we treat animals, but in how we address the issues surrounding them.
Yung animal welfare na problema po kasi ay nakakawing sa ibang aspeto, hindi lang mismo sa pagtingin natin sa aso. Kung titingnan nyo, hindi naman talaga yung pagpapabaya o pagdami ng strays, practically because problemado yung tao sa mga bagay na mga prioridad nila. Problema pa rin natin ang very basic of things, shelter, food, livelihood. Diba? So saan ko ilalagay, kung ako ay mahirap, saan ko ilalagay sa prioridad ang iba pang mga bagay kung yung pagkain mismo natin, yung tirahan mismo natin ay problema na. Parang gano'n. Mahirap pa rin po ako. No? Ang sinasabi ko lamang, ang pag-aaso ay isa sa mga prioridad na pwedeng ilagay ng isang tao. Pero hindi siya ang main. What I mean to say is that kung ang ekonomiya nyo bagsak, sigurado, merong madadamay dun sa mga very bottom of things that needs prioritizing as well. So, problema ba yung strike? Yes, it will always be a problem dahil meron tayong bansa na hindi pa talaga na-advance yung very basic of things para mabuhay ang isang tao na marangal. So kung hindi marangal ang pumumuhay, yung decency na sinasabi ko kanina, parang mahirap abutin. Diba? Parang yung decency ng pag-share ng pagkain, kung ikaw mismo nagugutom, parang ang hirap gawin. Kung sa kapitbahay mo, hindi ka makipagbigay ng konsiderasyon tungkol sa ingay, katulad niya, di ba? Paano ka maka-extend ng another konsiderasyon sa isa pang nilalang na hindi mo equal? Parang gano'n. So malaki siyang problema, kawing-kawing siya. Hindi lang mismo sa animal welfare. Meron pa yun. Meron pa nakatataglan. Pero ang nakikita ko isa kawing-kawing na problema na mas malaki in terms of how do we address this problem. And I think yung call for decency is one of the things that I would wish to stick on. Kasi kung disente kang tao, hindi mo naman kailangan mahalin ang mahal na kita. Pero meron palaging respeto na pwedeng mailugar. So yung decency, ang madalas kong sinasabi. Kasi nga, nandun na ako sa given na realidad na hindi lahat mahal ang aso.
What challenges does he encounter in feeding, rehabilitating, and ensuring his rescues have a home and access to their basic needs?
Magastos. Kung sasadyain mo, magastos eh. Ang problema, sinadya ko eh. Kaya ginagagastos. Kapag, well, hindi sa panghihinayan, may isa akong aso, kakapabet ko at lahat. Sabi ko, siguro kung inipon ko yung ginastos ko dito, meron na akong second na nasasakyan. Parang mga ganun sa isang aso pa lang yun. What more kung marami sila. Iyon ang isa sa mga bagay. No? Isa sa mga upfront, ang pwede kong masabi sa iyo na magiging mahirap. Second thing is that yung appreciation, which hopefully makahawa. Mahirap kasi mas marami kang titinan si Raulo ka kasi gumagastos ka sa mga bagay na sa kanila ay walang kwenta. So to educate them about the consideration that you have, sometimes marami, hindi lang sometimes, marami sa mga dog shelters nagiging beast mode to defend whatever they have. No? Yung sinasabi ko, ayan, how do we educate people kapag inaaway nyo? No matter how silly the position is when it comes to animal welfare. Kasi nga, hindi nyo ba nakikita, walang nananalo sa online na diskurso? Wala. Mag-uunahan lang yan, sino mapiko na una. Wala naman yung seryoso dana. Talagang sinong loko-loko ang nasasabi na nanalo ako sa online discourse kasi ito yung sinabi ko. Ang galing ko, no? Walang ganon. You can make them laugh. And by making them happy, nakakaingit. Di ba pagkapit bahay mo, ang saya-saya araw-araw, parang aalamin mo, bakit ang saya nila? Parang ganun. You don't have to dictate as to how they would do it, but you find the happiness while you're doing this. You know what I'm trying to do.
In spite of the challenges, Bot Amo maintains an upbeat and lighthearted presence online. He regularly shares funny memes and imagined conversations between animals, creating moments of joy and playful connection for his followers. Many of them also contribute humorous animal photos, which Bot Amo happily features on his page. The engagement is fun, never toxic or heavy, a refreshing change from the often emotionally charged tone found in most animal rescue spaces. His posts celebrate the joy of living with dogs and cats, promote responsible pet ownership, and highlight his commissioned pet portraits, artworks that help fund food, vet care, and other needs for his rescues.
Yan ang sinasabi kong nakakaubos. Pero pag hinula mo sila ng ngiti, at some point, magtataka sila, bakit? So, doon magsisimula yung curiosity. Not because, never ako nag-post na asong may sakit. Yung asong may mga sakit sa katawan. No, I don't do that. I don't want the basis of support na awa. If you understand, then you can support me. Thank you very much. I would appreciate that. Yes, I am kulang-kulang kami. Kulang-kulang kami. Pero kung ang suporta ay galing sa awa, napakahirap i-sustain, no? Napakahirap. So meron tayong konting supporters from years ago. Until now, they support me because they understand. And I appreciate that. Would it be enough? No. That's why I still keep working. That's why there's the portraits. That's why palagi nating gumagawa ng paraan. Kasi I believe it's worth continuing. I believe it's worth it. I don't know why. I don't know how. Kasi hindi ko naman siya mini-measure of what I can get from it.
Responsible pet ownership involves more than simply providing food and shelter. It includes ensuring pets receive needed veterinary care, proper nutrition, exercise, and a safe, loving environment. It also means understanding the long-term commitment that comes with caring for an animal, being prepared for the costs, time, and emotional investment required, and never abandoning pets when challenges arise. Through Bot Amo's work and social media presence, he advocates for a more compassionate and accountable approach to pet ownership, one that treats animals deserving of respect, care, and dignity with a great sense of responsibility.
So, yun sa pag-ako ng obligasyon, doon mame-measure kung gaano klase ng tao. When you take in a dog, no matter if you buy it, no matter if you rescue it, no matter if adopted, obligasyon yun. At doon ma-measure yung pagkatao mo. How do you take responsibility? How do you take in a responsibility? Para lang bang mababaw? Para lang bang pwede kong kalimutan bukas? Mga ganun. Kasi doon nagsisimula kung bakit yung asong o yung buhay ay napapariwara sa desisyon mo. So kung kumuha ka ng isang obligasyon, panindigan. No matter kung mahirap. O dapat maintindihan nyo na hindi masaya ang lahat. Hindi masaya ang lahat pagkakaroon ng aso. Dahil ultimately, yung kapasidad mo na mag-extend sa labas ng iyong katawan ay isang bagay na pwede mong mapagyabang. Dahil meron kang kapasidad ng mahal, may kapasidad kang mag-share, may kapasidad kang maging mabuting tao.
In a country where millions of strays are left to fend for themselves, mga aso ni Bot Amo offers something rare, a space where rescue meets creativity and compassion speaks louder than outrage. Through humor, art, and quiet dedication, Bot Amo reminds us that helping, even just one animal, can create real, lasting change. Through his paintings, light-hearted posts, and unwavering care for his rescues, Bot has built more than a Facebook page. He's built a community rooted in empathy and action, in a space often filled with heartbreak. His voice is a steady reminder that hope, humor, and compassion still have a place. They say we can judge the heart of a man by his treatment of animals. Bot Amo hopes that one day, being kind to animals would be normal for everyone, especially when no one is looking. No cameras, no fanfare, no recognition, just pure kindness. Because that is the right thing to do. Our gratitude to Mr. Jeric Sadulio, aka Bot Amo, for sharing his story with us. We look forward to more of your memes, jokes, paintings, and stories that not only uplift, but also inform about responsible pet ownership and other topics on animal welfare. I'm Rochelle Rubio. Till the next episode of The Advocates, here on 104.3 The Capital.
This is where the voices of the voiceless are heard. The Advocates, Empowering Voices, hosted by Rochelle Rubio on 104.3 The Capital.